Tiger fans, Lane Kiffin to LSU. It seems like it's a strong possibility. What a crazy Monday, not even 3 o'clock. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Teddy Brennan here, Louisiana Boot Crew Media, sponsored as always by Revel Asphalt Services, 225-773-3990. Give my good friend Miller a call. They're going to take care of you, treat you like family. Tell them I sent you, 225-773-3990. I don't think Miller's going to like this update too much, but we got to do it anyway. So since this morning, we've been following this private jet that was supposedly leaving Baton Rouge, headed into Oxford, and there was a lot of talk about, what was going on, and there had been some reports yesterday that things could heat up. Well, things really heated up today in the sense that that private jet was LSU officials, LSU boosters, picking up the Kiffin family. Definitely Lane's ex-wife is on that plane. Who else? We don't know. There's speculation, but certainly Knox. It looks like he's trying to find a school to play quarterback at. He's a heck of a quarterback, and so LSU would be smart to put him in the right spot. And so, look, there's just a lot out there, but the fact of the matter remains is that the Kiffins are in Baton Rouge. And I think that expresses really, really strong interest on their part. I don't think they'd be taking time out of their day to be doing this. There are things out there that, because of all the smoke that's been going on the past couple of weeks with Ole Miss, with Lane Kiffin, with Florida, you've heard NFL jobs too, that Ole Miss is basically saying, shit or get off the pot. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it would make sense in the sense that, let them go and do what they need to do. And LSU needs to start on their season right now. 2026 starts right now. But I mean, look, just basically breaking it down from just 10,000 feet, Lane Kiffin at LSU would be absolutely theatrical in every way you could imagine. I think the two have been eyeing each other for years. The timing was never right, but look, timing's everything in life, right? Particularly in sports, and LSU's making him an offer that he may not be able to refuse. And so LSU, they whiffed on Brian Kelly. They don't want to whiff again. And this is about as big of a home run slam dunk as you could possibly have. Just an absolute wizard on the offensive side of the ball. And to think about what he could do with the talent that LSU has every single year, being able to recruit the state of Louisiana, excuse me, is just absolutely something to think about. Really, really fun. Gives you 2019 vibes. A lot has been talked about, maybe keeping Blake Baker. That has been certainly talked about as a package here. And so there's just a lot out there, rumors, sources, all the things. The one concrete thing that we can talk about, that we can put our hands on, is that the Kiffin family is in Baton Rouge today. And I don't think they'd be doing that if they weren't very, very interested. Ole Miss on a bye week. Like I said, looked like Lane's going to be meeting with LSU this week. And look, there are rumors that things could happen very, very quickly. I don't want to speculate on anything. I don't have anything concrete myself. I'm just trying to piece together all the sources. A lot's happened in the past couple hours. Really, really accelerated, like a match in a dry forest. But it just makes sense. Lane Kiffin makes absolute sense at LSU. He's got Frank Wilson. He was the 2009 wide receivers coach for Lane Kiffin at Tennessee. And Frank Wilson worked for Ed Orgeron 2003 to 2005 at Ole Miss. So 2005 to 2007. And so you've got a little triumvirate there. And so wouldn't it be fun if Lane came on, bring back Ed Orgeron, a defensive line coach? Eddie O, he was interviewed just a couple weeks ago, and he said that he would absolutely love to come back to LSU, even as an assistant. I think the fact that Lane Kiffin coming back, coming to LSU, he was going to take the offensive coordinator position when Orgeron got the job in 2016, 2017. But then last minute, Florida Atlantic came in, gave Lane a head coaching job. And then Orgeron infamously went and got Matt Canada. But the two have been tied hand to hand. But, Ed Orgeron, we'll talk about that another time. But the fact that you have Frank Wilson in there right now, interim coach, galvanizing the locker room, the kids love him. He's the godfather of New Orleans and Louisiana recruiting. You keep him on board. And then another beautiful thing, Austin Thomas, the general manager here at LSU, worked for Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss in 22 and 23. And so the pieces are in place. It just makes sense. It's just going to be a matter of timing. He's going to get the biggest contract in college football by far. But look, let's still pump the brakes. Let's take a deep breath. But it's exciting times. We haven't had a lot of excitement here for LSU over the past 6 weeks or so. But that big win against Arkansas, that was just a fun game, rivalry game. And then now you get possibly Lane Kiffin coming. Still a lot to iron out, still a lot to digest, figure out what's going on here. Still early in the day, but just kind of wanted to get you updated. The Kiffins are in Baton Rouge. Keep it to Boo Crew Media. Certainly, we're going to have more for you as the news moves along. These are good times. Always sponsored by Revel Asphalt Services. Thanks again to Millard 2257-733-3990. Excuse me, but lots going on. Keep it here. Lane Kiffin possibly going to LSU. Boy, wouldn't that be something? Go Tigers.